The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering on SeeingEagles.com as the Eagles get set for a Sac Road series at Anderson. Coach, it's an Anderson team that's very interesting. They give up a lot of runs, but they're also one of the best teams at scoring runs in terms of the country. When you look forward to this weekend, I know that you talked a little bit yesterday about how important the defense is. What's the most important thing for this team against this Anderson side?
Play to our capabilities, handle the adversity, play with passion, enthusiasm, play with a good attitude. The things we can control to our best of our ability is all we can worry about. Again, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and just control the things we can control. That's what we're going to do about and talk about and practice what we talk about every day. You know, yesterday is one of those days that happened, and you quickly got to forget it. Mm-hmm. And it was great because I had emailed our president, Dr. O'Brien. He was trying to get to the game. His schedule kept him from coming, and I emailed him. I don't know if he saw the score and just said, a tough one there. Yeah. And he gave us two scriptures about trials and tribulations and just reminders about, those happen. That's the game of baseball. So I don't want whatever happens yesterday is not going to affect us. We're going to have an energized practice dealing with this wind, which we're going to see this weekend. So we got to learn how to handle the conditions of wind this weekend and just play to what we're capable of doing and what we've trained for since September. Down the stretch, as we come, we've talked about that, is try to win each day. We feel we're 8-2 down the stretch. In the last 10 days, we have an 8-2 record. So we're doing very well because every day we're counting as a win or a loss. So 8-2, that's pretty good. You don't have that record in your stats because that's our own record.
Right.
So.
Stephen Cooper is their big gun, but he is also super patient, leads the league in on-base percentage, one of the best guys at drawing walks, and that's what they do as a team, it seems like. They don't hit a lot of home runs, but they're very, very patient at the plate. What do you tell the pitching staff to be patient, that they might not get some of the calls? It's a team that wants to go deep in the count and then dealing with runners on base.
Yeah, that's a good baseball question, Michael. That's very in-depth, and I don't know if we could go that in-depth with our guys. I think our guys have to pitch the way they've been pitching, and what our philosophy in pitching is with our pitching coaches, our pitching staff, and our catchers is we want to be on the attack. We want to pound the strike zone, 2 out of 3 pitches in the strike zone. Cooper's going to get his hits. Those guys that are good hitters are going to get their hits. You hope it's hit right at someone. You hope their timing is off a little bit. But we want to be in an attack mode because we feel defensively that helps us to be ready for the baseball. If we try to nit and pick, those guys are going to get their walks. So we can't change our philosophy, which is most guys, I think, pitching staff's philosophy is attack the strike zone. Once we attack the zone, then we can start to work away from the middle. But we want to induce contact. We just hope it's negative contact or it's contact being hit right at someone.
You mentioned the fact that you're 8-2 in your last 2 days. Well, the issue to me hasn't been the guys at the plate. Those guys have put up some good quality at bats, have put runs on the board. What do you tell those guys to stay with it for the entire 9 innings of baseball throughout this weekend?
Nothing. I don't know. We can't really say anything. It's not kind of not to answer the question. I think it's more we don't need to change anything. We just need guys to play to their ability. The hitters have done a good job. There's still a couple guys that we still got to get to get more consistent. Our pitching has done a really good job. I mean, everybody's had their ups and downs. Our defense, which has been very good, has stumbled a little bit. But that's baseball. You cannot go, unless you're UConn women's basketball, you're not going through the year without any blips. You're going to have that. And so we've had some of those, and some of those have cost us some crooked numbers. Teams have come back. But that's okay. That's baseball. I think every club goes through that. Even the best clubs in Division II are going to have some of that. We just want to keep playing a little more. We want to get a little more consistent down the stretch. But here's the thing, Michael. We have played all facets pretty good. We've had some really good pitching performances. We have had some good offensive performances. We have played really good defense. We've done all 3 of those facets, so we know we're capable of doing that. And some days we've put all 3 together and played very well. It's just the idea of staying consistent and not letting those little roadblocks become too big that we can't overcome them.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. Looking forward to the weekend.
Oh, me too, Mike. I'm glad you're coming. Thank you.
We'll have all three of those games for you on SeeingEagles.com/live. For Carson-Newman coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering on SeeingEagles.com.